An album a day is my exploration into the Korean music scene. This podcast will cover mainstream, indie, and some underground artists within the scene and provide both factual and opinionated commentary. The biggest benefit to sharing my thoughts this way is that it will hopefully expose you to more great music and exploration of your own.
You're tuned into an album a day. Show, start.
We're back on it with the mixtape with 3RACHA. And if you actually did go and look for them a little bit after yesterday's episode, then you might be entertained with the fact that their logo is 3 roosters. Really embracing that whole 3RACHA vibe, you know? So, again, this is the first time we're showcasing mixtapes. This songwriter / production trio consists of CB97, Spear B, and J1, 3 members who are originally from Stray Kids. And today we're talking about 3 Days. This also dropped in 2017. All of their mixtapes dropped in 2017. So before the release of their first EP, 3 Days, which is still a mixtape, they were announced to be a part of JYP Entertainment survival show, Stray Kids. That is the show. You just heard me hit the mic, and it actually hurt. Oh my God, Jesus. Okay. Forgive me. So they were announced that they were going to be participating in that show, and they were able to release some individual singles while participating in that. Now, I don't know because I didn't watch it, and I'm not looking at Stray Kid details right now because it is a long time before we get to S-letter groups. I'm not certain if the show was aired live each episode or if it was pre-recorded and whatnot. But either way, during the airing of it, I want to be more specific instead of saying during the filming, during the airing of Stray Kids, 3RACHA released several individual songs. So I think that's where that mix of that collection of deleted tracks starts to come in. With yesterday's mixtape, there were a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that were not necessarily on the project per se, but they were released at the same time. For this one, for 3 days, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 additional deleted tracks. And I'm assuming some of these had to be those individual tracks that were released. 3 days has 9 tracks on it. 2 of which happen to be solos. Number 8 is If, and that's Spear B's solo. And the lyrics as well as the music were compiled by him. For the, oh Lord, y'all just heard, I'm just over here having a hard time. It's a hard time. I'm cleaning and then I stopped because I was jamming to the mixtape and I'm like, let me go ahead and knock this out so that they don't have the noise of children screaming like yesterday or anything else weird going on. And then CB97 helped on the music for If. And then the last track, number 9, I See, is J1 solo. J1 did the lyrics and music with the assistance of CB97. So I really feel like that young man is very committed to overseeing how production is done because he handled a good chunk of the January mixtape. He handled a big chunk of the 3 Days one as well. And for Horizons, which will be the last one we discuss when we do final thoughts, he fully took on the music and mixing of that. He took on all the mixing for 3 Days as well. Mixing and mastering is not the same as producing a song. This is the actual process of making sure that the sound quality is consistent, that vocal harmonies or lyrics or whatever the case may be aren't over blaring and overpowering the actual music and vice versa. My show will eventually, this podcast, it'll eventually have some audio mixing because we got a lot of inconsistencies and you might not hear it with the naked ear or you might not care, but I do. I want it to be nice. So 3 Days, 2017, 9 tracks, just bopping from start to finish. Let's just get into the rating for this then, shall we? K-pop fans, on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being essential listening and 1 not worth mentioning. The A3-day rating on this EP/mixtape, help me Jesus, mixtape is a 5. This bad boy bops. I have to even admit it. Like, I don't appeal to all of the production choices that they made. I really have an issue with what I refer to as naked kit drums. I like a real consistent bass and consistent resonance to My instruments, and I'm saying this from a personal standpoint as a music producer. I produce music under the name Miss Blink, capital M, small s, capital B, small Link, all one word. And I have a thing for reverberation, for dissonance, for a lot of depth. I want my music to punch you in the chest. This doesn't consistently do it, but this doggone mixtape slaps. I have to give it to these young men. I was jamming. And then it ended too fast for me. I didn't realize it was over. So I had to, of course, I'm going to start it over because, I'm listening for lyrics. Some of the cadences that they let out was just ill. It's a good album. Like, the young men did the thing. They really did. So this is a 5. And I hope Stray Kids and Stays, I hope that they're, pleased with that feedback. But it's definitely a good one. So this was a short and straight to the point episode. It's not much else I can say about it. It's a 5. You need to bop to it. Go ahead and pull it up on your YouTube page or look for it on your, wherever it is that you're streaming music and just jam. Like, I'm telling you, it's a fun little ditty. So there's sponsor ads and social media hashtags. You're going to hear one of the sponsor ads right after this, which is a very important one to me. I'm very honored to have it on my show. But this show is truly supported by the efforts of my Migualas, the most amazing fan base a little entertainer could ever have. Special shout out to my Patreon patrons, the student body, and the scholars who keep my vision of becoming your favorite Korean music historian, exploring all the industry from A to Z, a real thing. If you're interested in supporting the growth of this podcast and supporting content, please visit patreon.com/multifacetedACG. And for as little as $1 a month, you too can get in on the fun and the magic. So yeah, like, if you check this one out, tweet me about it. Let me know. When you go on Twitter @multifacetedACG, let me know if you fell in love with this mixtape the way that I have. I very much appreciate it. I am looking forward to listening to it again. And tomorrow we will close up shop with these gentlemen. We will go over their last mixtape and provide you with some final thoughts. And then the day after that, we're in a whole new artist. We're going towards a group called 4L, which means if we're in the 4s, very soon we're going to hit one of those dynamic female groups that I told you about in the past episode that I've been looking forward to. I hope you are enjoying this thus far. We are doing so good. Thank you so much for letting my 50th episode of An Album a Day take place. I could not reach this milestone without you. This is the 50th, if you haven't realized it. And luckily, the 50th happens to be a stellar piece of work. I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye, y'all. Want to hear music from the artists reviewed on this podcast? Then you have to check out the #A3Day Highlights playlist on Spotify. You can enjoy songs mentioned from select episodes, as well as experience music from new and favorite artists. Start listening with the free Spotify account today.